Namaskar. Subject CPS 1 and CPS 2, Curriculum and Pedagogic Studies, School Subject English. We are studying Unit number 2, Content cum Methodology. In last video, we have seen historical perspective of content cum methodology. Today, we will learn meaning, concept, nature, structure of content cum methodology. That is 2.2 in our syllabus. Let's see the first meaning and concept of content cum methodology. Friends, we have seen the historical perspective of this concept. The concept content cum methodology includes three concepts, that is content, cum and methodology. These are the three concepts are included in this concept. So let us see the meaning of what is content, then what is cum, and then what is method. So learning it, we will combine them and we will see the meaning. So let me ask you a question. What is content? Content is nothing but it means the ideas or meanings presented in speech or writing. It also means what to teach. Here for us, content means the content which we are going to teach to the students or which we are going to present before the student. That is called as a content. So it means in simple what to teach. Uh, that content which we are going to teach, it is called a content. Then the word what is cum. Cum is the combination of these two terms functioning together. It means content and method are going to functioning together. It means that the cum word is going to combine these two concept, content and method. We use cum. So that is the meaning of cum. Then what is method? Here methodology is the science of teaching. It also means how to teach. See, we have a content. That content we are going to present before the student using certain methods. That is, that method is called as method here. So methodology is the science of teaching. How to present before the student, it is a science, so it is called as a method. In short, we call it how to teach. So these three concepts are included in content cum methodology. So content is what we are going to teach. Method means we according to which method we are going to present that content, and these two concepts are going to interlock with the word come. So that is the concept. So see the example here. You have read the advertisement in the newspaper about clerk cum typist. Here clerk cum typist. Here the word cum indicates the ability of the person for a specific work of a typist as well as clerk. It means that in that advertisement they need a clerk, but clerk cum typist, that clerk should know the typing. So uh, this word come is going to interlock clerk and typist in one. So it means clerk and typist are integrated by come. Same is happened with the concept content come methodology. So content and method are going to interlock by this word come. So content is nothing but that content we are going to present before the student, and method is how we are going to present it. It is called a methodology. So these three concepts are involved in a content cum methodology. Let us see some definitions of content cum methodology. NCTE, we have a definition in NCTE report. The word content cum methodology clearly implies that there will be a meaningful integration of the content and method in terms of observable skills developed in the student teacher. It is a deeper understanding of the concept he is required to teach in the schools. See, here in this definition, the meaning clearly implies that there will be a meaningful integration of content and method. So here content and method is going meaningfully integrated in one terms, and in that terms of observable skills developed in the student teacher. It means that we can be identified the that skills integrated among the student teacher. It is a deeper understanding of the concepts is required to teach in the schools. Here also it is required that teacher should understood that concepts which he is going to introduce in the school. So here content is required, method is required, and both are going to meaningfully integrate. That is meaning here explain the content cum methodology. So content cum methodology, it is an analytical process or technique which enables pupil teacher of pedagogy to understand structure, curriculum, objectives, syllabus, etc. as a whole. See, what is content cum methodology? It is a analytical process, it is a process, and in that process we analyze or techniques. It is a, again it is one kind of a technique to analyze, which enables student teacher of pedagogy to understand what we have to understand. We have to understand the structure of the subject, curriculum of the subject, objectives of the subject, then syllabus of the subject. We have to analyze all these things. So that analysis is held in content methodology as a whole. So as a whole, it is called a content methodology. Again, we have another meaning of content methodology. Content methodology is a kind of technique where both content and method are meaningfully and systematically interlocked. It means in this concept, the content and the method are meaningfully and systematically interlocked. We are going to interlock both the concept in a concept that is content methodology. So these are some meanings and definitions of the concept content methodology. See, the concept can be understood with the following figures. See, we have seen some definitions and meaning, yet we can understood that this concept through this uh, figures. See, see, this is a circle, we call it as a content, for understanding. So this is content, this is method, both are the separated. There is no interlock, there is no meaningful integration of these two concepts. Both the concepts are separately. So it is a content, this is a method. Now see, the here content and method are go in hand. So content, we call it as content and method. So see the third one here, content cum method. It means that we have integrated content and method in a one as a whole. So it is called a content cum method. So this figures indicates us what we expect from content cum methodology. Now let us see the nature of content cum methodology. If we study the some definitions, if we have studied some definition, we learn from that definition certain things. We will see in nature of content cum methodology. The concept content cum methodology reveals the following points. We find these points in all this definition. It does not force to teach additional content to the teacher trainees. See, here we do not force the student to learn to study additional content of the subject matter. For example, in B.Ed, आपण B.Ed ला आलात, जे whatever you have learned about your subject, that is English, it is sufficient. Here in this course you do not provide additional content. Here you do not have prose, poetry, etc. Whatever you have learned, it is sufficient. So it means that in this concept it does not force to teach additional content to the teacher trainees. Is it, this point is clear? Second one is that it stresses meaningful integration of the content and method. See, whatever we have content in a class, it may be from 5th standard to 10th, we have to choose that content, choose one method, and we have to integrate it meaningfully. So here we stresses meaningful integration of the content and method. That is the second one. We it is important. Third one is that it also requires deeper understanding of the concept to teach in the class. So when you are going to teach in the class, you should understand deeply. You should understood each and every concept deeply. That is to teach in the class. जोपर्यंत तुम्हाला समजणार नाही ती concept, you will not be able to present it before the student. So understanding that concept is very important in this concept content methodology. So it also requires deeper understanding of the concept to teach in the class. Fourth one, the teacher must have knowledge of curriculum, syllabus, textbook, structure of the subject. See, this is another very important thing. You are going to integrate content and method. Before doing that, you should know the curriculum, syllabus, textbook, structure of that subject. Then you may be able to do that. Otherwise, you can't. So, you must know curriculum, syllabus, textbook, structure. According to all these things, you are going to present the content using a proper method to the student. So it means that that concept needed all these things. That is one thing. Then next, the teacher should know how to integrate the content with method. Again, teacher should be able to know, or teacher should know how to integrate the content and the method in that. So this is very important. Teacher must know all these things. The teacher should have knowledge of preparing the lesson notes using various methods for the same content and the same content at various levels. See, we have a same content in a different class. For example, we have poem, we have grammar, but though we have the same content in a different class, but the level is changed. So according to the students level, students intellectual levels there is, we have to select proper method. So all these thing, all these knowledge teacher should have. So teacher should have knowledge of preparing the lesson notes using various methods for the same content and the same content at various levels. So these are the important thing, or all these things fall in the nature of content come methodology. Now the next concept in our syllabus is that structure of content come method, structure of our subject English. Let us see the structure of our subject. Before it, let's see the meaning of structure. Structure of anything means the basic elements of foundation on which the thing, the building stands. See, before constructing the building, we have a structure. So structure is nothing but the basic elements of foundation. We call it structure is related to the basic support or pillars of construction. So when we construct, we have a certain type of a structure. So the structure of a language is related to the basic components of a language which together form that language. So uh, while forming language, we have so many components. So that components, that basic components are called as a are all involved in a structure. So let us see the some definition of structure. The structure is the system showing relationship among different teaching items of that subject. So the structure is the system showing relationship among different teaching items of that subject. So each subject has a different items to teach. So that different items are going to relate each other. It is called a structure. See the another meaning, the system showing the relation between the units and subunits in the particular subject is the structure. See, each subject has subunits, units. So that units and subunits are going to relate each other. It is called a structure. So the structure of English language consists of three components. The first one is that subsystem, skills, and third one is expression for communication. These are the three components we have in our subject, or in the structure of English language: subsystem, skills, and expression for communication. So we are going to show in a structure all these three components. Let's see the structure. This is the structure of English language. So we have three main systems, that is subsystem, skills, expression for communication. These are the three components. We can say three dimensional: subsystem, skills, and expression for communication. In subsystems, we have phonics, vocabulary, grammar, semantics, and socio-cultural setting. So these are the sub units of subsystems. Uh, all of you know the phonics, vocabulary. We are going to, when we introduce any lesson, we are going to introduce new vocabulary to the students. Grammar is there, semantics is there, and socio-cultural setting we are going to introduce. So then this is the first component. Second one is that skills. Here in skills we have listening skill is there, speaking skill is there, reading, writing, and interacting, that is communication skill is there. Again, in reading, in speaking skill we have a functional. Functional, it means that student should able to use that language in day to day life. Again, in writing we have science and technical subjects, social science are there. Both require specific register and style. Both the form has its own style. That is, all these things we are going to learn in skills. This is the second component. Third one is that expression for communication. Here we have literary forms. Here we utility based, that is non-fictional form and fictional form are there. Let us see the utility based, that is non-fictional form. In non-fictional form we have letter writing, report writing, journalism. In journalism again we have articles, some news. hmm. Then we have official, that is in official we have notices, remarks, and again academic paper we have seminar, workshop, lecture, etc. All these are fall in a utility based, that is non-fictional form of literary form. So letter writing, report writing, journalism, official, and academic paper, these are the five sub points of utility based or non-fictional forms. Okay, then we have literary form. The second one is that fictional form. In fictional form we have prose, drama, and poetry. In prose again we have essay, short story, novel. In drama, we have one act plays and full act plays. In poetry, we have some poems. Poems may be on nature poem, etc. All kind of poems. So this is the structure of English language. It is three-dimensional, that is subsystem, skills, and expression of communication. These are the components, and we have sub-components. All these are shown in as a structure. So it is called a structure. So here today we have seen the topic, meaning, concept, nature, and structure of content cum methodology. So what I have present before you, I have took some references from these books. You also read these books and take more in detail of the topic. Hope you understood the topic. Thank you. Thank you very much.